had never given it a thought why A is the first letter of the alphabet and why it commands a premium when we talk about things like Plan A, or you got an A grade.
Absolutely. It's a great place to start. If you wind back the clock, the alphabet in general starts off in Egypt about 4,000 years ago. And from a single root comes this ginormous tree of writing today, which now includes independent or separate branches like the Greek alphabet, Cyrillic alphabet that's used for Russian, Ukrainian, Kazakh, also things like Aramaic writing, Hebrew writing, Arabic writing, and indeed our Latin letters that we use to write down English. So they're all connected in this family tree. And A seems to have been one of the letters that is right there at the very beginning. It's one of the original members of the alphabet. And A comes first in that order. And it goes all the way back to at least to Phoenicia, what is now Lebanon in the Middle East. And even before that to Egypt, where the alphabet is first born. And I'll just conclude with this. The essential principle, the moment of creation when we can say that the alphabet is born, is when a group of people, perhaps foreigners, perhaps at least linguistic outsiders in Egypt, the Middle Kingdom of ancient Egypt, who don't speak Egyptian as their first language, take hieroglyphs, the Egyptian writing system, which are already extremely old, they're about 1,000 years old by this time, and they take a few of them and radically rework them according to a new principle. And that new principle goes as follows. You take a hieroglyph, it looks like a thing, could be a hand or an eye or a house or something like that. And then you take the word for that thing in the Semitic language, it's a group of languages, but this Semitic language of foreigners, these outsiders within Egypt, and the first sound of that word is now what the symbol stands for. So to take an example, you can take an Egyptian depiction of a head of a cow or an ox, right? It looks like it fairly detailed head of a cattle. It's got a mouth, it's got eyes, it's got two horns. And in the Semitic language, this word for a cow and the word for the symbol is an alp. Alp. It starts with a glottal stop in the throat. That's a consonant sound. Super common. Consonant sound. Now, because alp begins with a glottal stop, the image of an alp now stands for a glottal stop. And basically that's the original principle, that's the reworking. And you get about 26 or 27 ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs that are reworked so that now each one stands for one sound or one consonant. And that head of cattle has not gone too far. It's changed a lot in its sound, but over the centuries, over the 4 millennia, it now comes down to us as a capital A. And the legs of A were actually the horns of a cow, once upon a time.